Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. So today we have got something special in store for you if you are gearing up for the CompTIA Network Plus certification exam. In this video I will be covering the topics and questions that will help you pass the CompTIA Network Plus certification exam. I have compiled a 151 practice questions to get you prepped and primed for the success on the Network Plus certification exam. But hold on tight because it's not just about answering questions. We will also be explaining the concepts using visual and diagrams that will make you feel like computer network superhero. So if you are ready to ace the Network Plus exam and elevate your career to new heights, make sure to hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell, and join our growing community of tech enthusiasts. So let's gear up and dive into the success. So question number one is that which of the answers listed below refers to the RJ11 connector? We have to select two answers and the options are used with telephone cabling, twisted pair copper cabling connector, used with Ethernet network cabling, fiber optic cabling connector, or coaxial cabling connector. And the correct option is, let me change the color of the pen. So the correct option is that it is used with telephone cabling and it uses twisted pair copper cabling. So let me show you the image of this RJ11. So this is basically RJ11 and it contains 6 pin, while this is the popular computer network connector, that is RJ45, that we have on our PCs and on our laptops, and it is used to connect computers with your routers, Wi-Fi router, or with your network. Let's get to the next question. So the question number 2 is that the main difference between the UTP, that is unshielded twisted pair, and the STP, shielded twisted pair cabling, is that STP cable takes advantage of additional protective cover, reducing signal interference from outside sources. And we have two options, true and false. So this statement is basically true. So the STP, or shielded twisted pair, it basically has an additional covering that that is used to protect it from interference, and thus it can cover more distance and it has less interference from the noise. So this is the picture of STP and UTP. So here we can see that STP has this silver color extra covering that is not available with the UDP or unshielded. So the S stands for shielded, and this is the basically the shield that is available with STP and not available here. So question number 3 is that which of the following answers refer to example of fiber optic connectors? Select all that apply, and the options are LC, DB25, ST, SC, MTRJ, and RG6. And the correct options are LC, ST, SC, and MTRJ. So let me show you the picture. So this is the LC connector. This is the ST connector. This is the SC connector. And the last one is MT-RJ. So for just a trick for remembering this connector, we can see that this LC stands for, or we can remember it, that it is the long connector. Here we can see ST, we can see it is just like a square, it is a square connector, SC. So these two can be remembered as long connector and square connector. And these are the popular connectors that are used. So question number 4 is that what is the function of FTP, that is file transfer protocol, and the options are email service, directory access, serving of web pages, or file exchange. And the correct option is that the FTP is used for file exchange. The name indicates file transfer protocol, so it is used for exchanging files. Let me give you a visual that how the FTP works. So here we can see that, let's suppose this is an FTP client and this is FTP server. So there is exchange of commands between the server and the client, as well as exchange of data, and basically two connections are used. One is for FTP commands and the second channel or second connection is used for exchange of data. And basically two different ports number are used for these connection. If I remember correctly, one port is port number 20 and the second is port number 21. So TCP port 20 and 21 are used for these two connections. Let's get to the next question. That is question number 5. And question number 5 is that a network protocol for secure file transfer over secure shell, that is SSH, is called, and the options are TFTP, SFTP, Telnet, and FTPS. So we studied the FTP file transfer protocol in the previous question. Now we are talking about the secure file transfer. So the secure transfer file exchange is done through the SFTP, that is secure file transfer protocol. And this is again the SFTP. Here we have the client and this is server. So this is the simple FTP while this is the SFTP. Here we can see that encryption and ciphertext is involved. So before sending the text or the data to the server or from the server to the client, it is first encrypted and then it is sent over the public or insecure media such as the internet. So let's get to the next question. Question number 6 is that which of the answers listed below refer to the characteristic features of SFP, that is small form factor pluggable, and we have to select all the correct option. So we have many options, I think 8 or 9 options. So let's get straight to the correct options. And the correct options are SFP basically stands for small form factor transceiver, or SFP is small form factor transceiver, and it basically converts electrical signals to optical signals. And the next correct option is that it is a newer transceiver type that replaces the older one, GBIC or GBIC. And the next correct option about SFP is that it is modular, that is hot swappable interface. It means that it can be plugged in or plugged out inside a running device. You don't need to turn off or shut down the device. And the next correct option is that it converts optical signal to electrical. So it converts two ways, from electrical to optical and again from optical to electrical. And the next correct option is that it has a data rate of up to 1 Gbps or gigabit per second. So these all options, or these are the characteristics of SFP, that is small form factor pluggable. And this is a picture of SFP. This is the old interface GBIC that is being replaced or has been replaced by the newer SFP. This is the picture of the SFP transceiver. So let's get to the next question, that is question number 7. And the question number 7 is that which of the following resides at the physical layer of the OSI model? And again, we have to select 3 answers. And the options are IP address, network switch, hub, router, network cabling, Ethernet frame, and repeater. And the correct options are, so we are talking about the physical layer. So the devices or the features or the component that reside on the physical layer are hub. Next one is the network cabling. So the network cabling is also part of the physical layer. And the last one is repeater. Repeater also function as the at the physical layer. Sorry guys, my computer is a bit lagging. Maybe I'm recording and running the slides as well as the recording software. That may be the reason. I don't know. So these are the correct options. The hub, repeater, and network cabling are part of the physical layer. So question number 8 is that the physical layer of the OSI model is also known as, and the options are layer 2, layer 7, layer 1, or layer 4. And the correct option is layer 1. So the physical layer is also known as layer 1. Let me show you a visual. So these are the OSI layers and they are numbers as such. Starting from physical up to application, they are numbered from layer number 1 up to layer number 7. So keep this in mind. Sometimes, let's suppose for network layer, it is also known as layer 3. Transport layer is also known as layer 4. So you should remember the names as well as their corresponding numbers. Let's get to the next question. Question number 9 is that what are the characteristic components of the OSI data link layer? And again, we have to select 3 answers and the options are MAC address, IP packet, network switch, router, network cabling, and Ethernet frame. So here we are talking about the data link layer or layer 2. So the components or features related to the data link or layer 2 are number 1, the MAC address. So the MAC address work at layer 2 or the data link layer. And the next correct option is the network switch. So the switch or the network switch, it also work at layer 2 or at the data link layer. And the data packet that operates at data link layer or layer 2 is known as Ethernet frame. So these are the correct option. Let me show you another visual that will help you remember the different component or protocol that are used at different layer. It will come in this question or in the next. So the question number 10 is that the layer 2 of the OSI model is also referred to as, and the options are transport, network, data link, and physical. So as we already studied in the previous question, layer 2 is also known as data link layer, or data link layer is also the layer 2. As we saw in the previous question, data link is also known as layer 2. And we can remember all the layers and their corresponding numbers using the visual that is this one. So the data link is basically layer 2. So let's get to the next question. That is question number 11, and it is that which of the answers listed below refer to a data link layer device, that is layer 2 device, designed to forward frames between different network segments? And the options are hub, switch, firewall, and router. So as we already studied, the switch or the network switch works at layer 2 or data link layer. Question number 12 is that which of the following answers refer to the OSI network layer components? And we have to select 3 answers, and the options are router, Ethernet frame, IP address, TCP UDP protocol, packets, and network switch. So here we are talking about the network layer or layer 3. So the components of the layer 3 are number 1 router, number 2 IP address, and number 3 the packet. So we saw that at layer 2 the packet or the data component is known as Ethernet frame, while at layer 3 or the network layer it is known as packet. So question number 13 is that what is the name of a network layer protocol that specifies the format of packets and addressing scheme in network communications? The options are UDP, IP, Internet Protocol, TCP, Transmission Control Protocol, and Net BIOS. And the correct option is, so we are talking about the network layer protocol that is used for addressing, that is the Internet Protocol or IP. The UDP and TCP are basically used for addressing at layer 4 or the transport layer. So question number 14 is that which of the following terms refer to the OSI network layer? So we already studied this, that the layer 3 is also known as the network layer, while layer 2 is data link layer and layer 4 is transport layer. So the correct option is layer 3. Again, we can remember these different layers and their corresponding numbers through this picture. So let's get to the next question, that is question number 15, and it is which of the protocols listed below reside at the OSI transport layer? And we have to select 2 answers, i.e. 2 protocol, and the options are UDP, IP, SSL/TLS, ICMP, TCP, and ATM. And the correct options are, so in the transport layer there are 2 popular protocol, that is UDP and TCP. So the UDP and TCP operate at the transport layer, also known as layer 4. And this is the visual I was talking about. So here in this picture we can see the layers, their corresponding numbers, and the popular protocols that work at each corresponding layers. So we were talking about the layer 4 or the transport layer. So these two protocol TCP and UDP work at the transport layer. So layer 4 of the OSI model is also known as we already studied, let me get straight to the correct option, that is transport layer. Question number 17 is that which OSI layer assumes the responsibility for opening, closing, and maintaining connections between applications? And the options are network layer, data link layer, application layer, and session layer. And the correct option is the session layer. So session layer is responsible for maintaining and closing sessions. Question number 18 is that authentication and authorization takes place at the which layer? And the options are application layer, network layer, session layer, or the presentation layer of the OSI model. And the correct answer is the session layer of the OSI model. So question number 19 is that layer 5 of the OSI model is also referred to as, again we have options, the session layer, application layer, transport layer, and presentation layer. And the correct option is session layer. So session layer is basically layer 5, application is layer 7, transport is layer 4, and presentation is layer 6. Question number 20 is that data format translation, data compression, and data encryption, decryption takes place at which layer? The options are application layer of the OSI model, presentation layer, session layer, and transport layer of the OSI model. And the correct option is the presentation layer of the OSI model. So presentation layer is responsible for data format translation, data compression, and data encryption and decryption. Question number 21 is that the term presentation layer refers to which layer or which number layer? And the options are layer 7, layer 5, layer 6, or layer 4. And the correct option is layer 6. Layer 5 is session, layer 7 is application, layer 4 is transport. The next question is that which of the following protocols resides at the application layer of the OSI model? And we have to select all the correct options, and the options are ATM, HTTP, FTP, IP, SMTP, and TCP UDP. And the correct options are, so the protocol at the application layers are HTTP, the second is FTP. HTTP Hypertext Transfer Protocol, FTP is File Transfer Protocol, and the next is SMTP, that is Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. IP is works at layer 3, TCP UDP at layer 4, and ATM basically works at layer 2. Let me again bring up that visuals that displays the layer and their corresponding protocol. Here it is. So HTTP, FTP, DNS, SNMP, and Telnet, as well as SMTP, they work at the application layer. Let's get to the next question, that is question number 23. And the question is, the application layer of the OSI model is also known as, options are layer 3, layer 1, layer 6, or layer 7. So by now you must know the answer, and the correct answer is layer 7. Layer 1 is basically physically, layer 3 is network, and layer 6 is presentation. So let's get to the next question. That is question number 24. And it is, in the OSI model, the physical layer PDU or PDU is known as, I think PDU stands for, I am just forgetting the exact pronunciation. DU is data unit, P is, I think, packet data unit. I will check it and let you people know later. But the options are bit, frame, packet, segment, and datagram. So these are the name of the PDU at different layer. So the PDU at physical layer is known as bit, while the frame are the PDU at layer 2 is frame, at layer 3 is packet. So this is the visual that will give you very good information about the packet numbering, the layer numbering, the different services at different layer, as well as the PDU names at each layer. So it is bits at physical, frames at data link, packet at network. So at the transport layer, we have two PDU. For TCP, it is known as segments, and for UDP, it is datagram. And for the rest of the unit application, for the rest of the layers, application, presentation, and session, common name of data is used as a PDU. So these pictures, the few visual are very handy, and you must keep them with you for remembering and understanding the OSI layer. Question number 25 is that in the OSI model, the layer 2 PDU is known as we already studied, and the options are bit, frame, packet, segment, and datagram, and the correct option is yes, the frame. So again, you can refer this visual for the correct answer, or you can remember these different PDU at different layers. Question number 26 is that which of the following answer refer to the OSI layer 2 headers data? So we are talking about layer 2, that is the data link layer. So what are the content of the layer 2 header PDU, and the options are destination port number. So remember, port number works at layer 4, that is transport layer, source MAC address, destination MAC address, and source port number. So these two work at layer 4, while the source and the destination MAC address, they basically work at layer 2 or at the data link layer. Question number 27 is that in the OSI model, the layer 3 PDU is known as, the options are bit, frame, packet, segment, and datagram. And the correct option is the packet. So again, this is the visual, and here we can see that at layer 3 or at network layer, the PDU is known as packet. Question number 28 is that which of the following answer refer to the examples of network layer header data? And we have to select two answers, and the options are source IP address, destination IP address, source port number, and destination port number. And the correct options are source IP address and the destination IP address. So the IP operate at layer 3, and basically the port number, source, and destination, they operate at layer 4, also known as the data link layer. Question number 29 is that in the OSI model, the layer 4 TCP PDU is known as, and the options are bit, frame, packet, segment, and datagram. And the correct option is segment. So for TCP it is segment, and for UDP it is datagram. And again, this is the visual that you can look up. Question number 30 is which of the following answer does not refer to the OSI TCP segment header? And the options are layer 4 header, source port number, destination port number, layer 3 header, sequence number, and checksum field. So we are talking about the OSI TCP, that is layer 4 segment, and we are not talking about layer 3 header, that is the network header. So this option does not refer to the TCP segment, while rest layer 4 port number, sequence number, and checksum all are the options inside the TCP segment header. Question number 31 is that in the OSI model, the layer 4 UDP PDU is called, And again, the options are bit, frame, packet, segment, and datagram. And the correct option is datagram. For TCP, it is segment. For UDP, it is datagram. Question number 32 is that which of the following TCP flags are used for establishing a network connection via TCP three-way handshake? And we have to select three answers, and the options are RST, that is reset, send, fin, acknowledge, and urgent flag. And the correct options are send and ACK. So basically the three-way handshake work as said. The first packet is send. This is client and this is server. Then the server sends SYN as well as ACK, SYN plus ACK, and the client then finally sends the ACK. So this is known as the three-way handshake. So the SYN and the ACK are the two flags that are used in this three-way handshake mechanism. Let's get to the next question, and that is a limit on the maximum amount of data that can be transmitted over a network without fragmentation is referred to as, and the options are DSU, CSU, data payload, and MTU. And the correct option is the MTU or maximum transfer unit. MTU stands for maximum transfer unit. And here we can see this is MTU, basically the IP TCP header data payload. So the data payload is known as the MSS, that is maximum segment size. Okay, and this plus this includes the MTU, and it is typically 1500 bytes. So another thing, let me show this just for the your learning, that if we have, let's suppose, two nodes, this is node 1 or two system and this is system 2, and they are communicating over a network, and here at the network we have different nodes or different router. These may be router A, B and C. So if A and B, let's suppose, at these interfaces they support MTU of 1500, but between B and C the transmitted or the permissible or the MTU size is 1200. So basically this means that this station can send a maximum MTU of 1200 because this is known as the path MTU, and the path MTU is equal to the smallest MTU size that is permissible or that is operational at the whole path. So this is another concept that you should remember and know. Question number 34 is that what is the typical cable segment length for a copper twisted pair Ethernet cable? And the options are 33 meter, 55 meter, 100 meter, and 250 meter. And the correct option is 100 meters. Question number 35 is that which of the answers listed below refer to the UTP cabling, that is unshielded twisted pair, and select all the correct option. So let's go straight to the correct options, and these are that UTP is twisted pair copper cabling, and it is used in Ethernet networks and telephone systems. The next correct option is that it has low cost and it is easy to install. It has ease of installation, and it is not surrounded by any shielding that would provide protection against interference from outside source, as opposed to STP, which has a shielding around it. And the last correct option is that in Ethernet network it is installed with the RJ45 connector type. So these are the characteristic of the UTP cabling, and this is the most common cable that used in our LANs or local area network. You must have seen it inside your home or in your offices. Question number 36 is that the shielded twisted pair, that is STP cabling, reduces what kind of interference? We have to select two answers. One is already selected and the options are jitter, signal attenuation, crosstalk, EMI and signal latency. So the correct options are crosstalk and EMI. EMI stands for electromagnetic interference. Question number 37 is that which of the answers listed below refer to the characteristic feature of category 5 or Cat 5 cabling? Select all the correct options. Let's go straight to the correct options, and these are that Cat 5 has a maximum data transfer rate of 100 Mbps over two cable pairs, that is 100 base T networks, and that it has a 1 gigabit per second transfer rate over all four cable pairs, that is 1000 base T network, and it has 100-meter cable segment length capability, and that it uses RJ45 connector, as well as it is also known as twisted pair copper cabling. So these all are the correct options. So let's get to the next question. So the Cat 5 is basically an old cabling standard. The latest standard are basically Cat 6 and Cat 7. Which of the following answer refers to a recommended minimum requirement for twisted pair copper cabling in 1000 base T networks? And the options are Cat 3, Cat 5, Cat 5e, Cat 6 or Cat 6a. And the correct option is come on. Basically my laptop is lagging. I have already pressed for the correct option, but it is lagging. So the correct option is Cat 5. So it is the minimum standard that you can use. Question number 39 is that in 10G base T network, Cat 6 UTP cabling supports a 10 gigabit per second data transfer rate at a limited range of 33 to 55 meters, whereas Cat 6A, where A stands for augmented cabling, allows for 10 gigabit per second data transfer rate over a cable segment length of 100 meter. So we have two options, true or false, whether this statement is true or false, and the correct option is that this 10G base T, it has a data rate of 10 Gbps with a cable length range of 33 to 35 meter, while the Cat 6A, it has the same data rate but has a maximum segment length of 100 meter, and this is true. So the difference between Cat 6 and Cat 6A is the distance, that is Cat 6A has more length capability of 100 meter as compared to Cat 6, which has a maximum length support of 55 meter. So question number 40 is that which of the following answer refer to the characteristics of Cat 6 category 8 or Cat 8 cabling? We have to select three answers, and the correct answers are that it is appropriate for connecting data center equipment. This means that it is used inside the data center server room. It is basically used for connecting servers with the network equipment or connecting network switches and routers, and that it is designed for short distances, approximately 30 meters high speed links, and that it is this standard is basically 40G base T. So these are the correct options for Cat 8 cabling. Let's get to the next question. That is question number 41. What are the characteristic traits of a single mode fiber optics? And we have to select 3 correct answers. And the correct answers are that single mode fiber is more expensive than multi-mode fiber, and that its transmission distance is up to 100 kilometers, and that it uses what as a source of light, LED or laser? And the correct option is that it uses laser as the source of light. So a single mode fiber is basically more expensive than multi-mode fiber. It has more data, it has more distance support of up to 100 kilometer, and it is uses laser as a data source. So this question is about the multi-mode fiber. So as compared to the single mode fiber, it covers less distance of up to 2 kilometer, and it is less expensive than single mode fiber, and it uses LED as the source of light. So these are the differences between the single mode and the multi-mode. Question number 43 is that what are the characteristic features of the RJ45 connector? And we have to select 3 answers. The options are used with telephone cabling, coaxial cabling connector, used with Ethernet network cabling, twisted pair copper cabling connector, or fiber optic cabling connector. And the correct options are about the RJ45, that it is used with Ethernet network cabling, and it is basically twisted pair copper cabling. So these are the correct options, and this is basically the image or the picture of the RJ45 connector. Question number 44 is that a type of coaxial connector commonly used for cable television and cable modems is called, and the options are RG6, F-type, DB9, and MTRJ. And the correct option is F-type connector. And this is basically the picture of the F-type connector. Question number 45 is that which of the following answer refers to a modular network device designed to provide a seamless link between different type of network interfaces? And the options are bridge, transceiver, active hub, and managed switch. And the correct option is transceiver. A network link consisting of two dissimilar transmission medium types requires an intermediary device known as, the options are coupler, patch panel, content filter, and media converter. And the correct option is media converter. So this is a picture of media converter. Here we can see that we have two different type of media. This is OFC, optical fiber interface, and this is Ethernet. So this is a typical LC connector, and this is RJ45 connector. So this device is known as media converter because it converts OFC or optical fiber signals to Ethernet or vice versa. Question number 47 is that which of the following answers refers to the maximum data transfer rate of SFP plus, and the options are 1 gigabit per second, 10 gigabit per second, 20 gigabit per second, and 40 gigabit per second. And the correct option is, so the SFP plus has a data rate or transfer rate of 10 gigabit per second. Question number 48 is that QSFP plus offers data transfer rate of up to, and the options are 10 gigabit per second, 20 gigabit per second, 40 gigabit per second, and 80 gigabit per second. And the correct option is 40 gigabit per second. So this visual gives us the different types of transceivers and their data rates. So SFP is 1G or 1 gigabit per second, SFP plus is 10 gigabit per second, SFP28 is 25 gigabit per second, QSFP plus is 40 gigabit per second, and QSFP28 is 100 gigabit per second. Question number 49 is that a simple device consisting of multiple connector blocks and ports used for cable management is known as, the options are media converter, DMARC, main distribution frame, or MDF, and patch panel. And the correct option is patch panel. Let me show the visual of patch panel. So this is a picture of patch panel, and here this is also used for this is basically used for cable management, and it has multiple connector blocks and ports. Here we can see that these are different connector blocks and these are individual ports. So these are 4 blocks and each block has up to 6 ports. Question number 50 is that a network topology in which each node has a direct physical connection to every other node is called, and the options are star, bus, mesh, and ring. And the correct option is mesh. So in mesh topology, every node has connection to every other node, such as in this picture. Here we can see that this node has connected to every other node directly. While in case of star, which is the most popular and topology that is used nowadays is star, it is such that there is a switch or hub and nodes are connected through this hub or through the central network device. Unlike mesh, where nodes are connected to every other node. Question number 51 is that which type of network topology provides the highest level of redundancy? And the options are ring, mesh, bus, and star. And the correct option is mesh, because in mesh every device is connected to every other device. That's why it provides the highest redundancy, because if one link breaks, these nodes can also reach the same nodes through other wires, such as this one or through this one. So there are multiple connection between the nodes, and this is why this mesh topology has the highest level of redundancy. Question number 52 is that a network topology where each node connects to a central switching device is known as, we have to select 2 answers, and the options are hub and spoke, bus, ring, star, and mesh. And the correct options are hub and spoke and star. So in hub and spoke and star, the nodes are connected through a central switching device, which is most often known as the switch, or in old days this device was also known as hub. So this is the visual or picture of this star topology, where there is a central hub or a network device and the nodes are connected through this central hub. Question number 53 is that which of the following network topologies is most commonly used in contemporary Ethernet LANs? And the options are bus topology, star topology, ring topology, or mesh topology. And the correct option is the star topology is the most commonly used topology nowadays. Question number 54 is that a type of network topology that combines 2 or more differing standard network topology is referred to as hybrid network topology. And we have 2 options, true or false. So this statement is true. And this is a picture of a hub topology, hybrid topology. So in hybrid, we have 2 or more network topologies combined. Here we can see that we have ring and star, and they both are connected through a hub. So this is a hybrid topology. Question number 55 is that which of the following answers can be used to describe client-server architecture? And we have to select three answers. And the correct answers are that the client-server architecture is more stable and secure than peer-to-peer architecture, and it is a centralized network type as compared to peer-to-peer, which is one-to-one, while this is centralized, and it is less reliable than peer-to-peer architecture. It is less reliable because the whole network hinges is dependent upon central device or central server, and if that server or device fails, the whole network fails. While in peer-to-peer, each node or each client is connected to every other client, and if one peer is down or if one peer is unavailable, then the whole network is not compromised and the network or the connectivity between other pairs is still available. Let's get to the next question. So question number 56 is that a type of network connecting computers within a small geographical area such as building or a group of building is known as, the options are PAN, Personal Area Network, LAN, Local Area Network, MAN, Metropolitan Area Network, or WAN, Wide Area Network. And the correct option is, so when the network is within a building or a group of building, it is known as LAN or Local Area Network. Question number 57 is that a computer network connecting multiple LANs over an area of a city is known as, and again the options are PAN, SAN, MAN, and CAN. And the correct option is MAN or Metropolitan Area Network. Question number 58 is that a computer network connecting multiple smaller networks or a very large geographical area is known as, and again the options are PAN, WLAN or wireless LAN, MAN, and WAN. And the correct option is WAN, that is Wide Area Network. Question number 59 is that the internet is an example of a large public WAN. So this statement is true. Internet is the largest WAN available. Question number 60 is that a type of network consisting of computers and peripheral devices that use high frequency radio waves to communicate with each other is known as, and again the options are MAN, WLAN or wireless LAN, LAN or VLAN. VLAN is virtual LAN. And the correct option is VLAN or wireless LAN. Here we are talking about radio frequency or the wireless frequency. So the WLAN or wireless LAN is the correct answer. Question number 61 is that a type of limited range computer network used for data transmission among various types of personal devices is referred to as, and again the options are PAN, LAN, SAN, or MAN. And the correct option is PAN. We are talking about the personal devices, and PAN stands for Personal Area Network. Question number 62 is that a dedicated local network consisting of devices providing data access is called, and the options are SDN, Software Defined Networking, NAS, Network Attached Storage, iSCSI, and SAN, Storage Area Network. So we are talking about the data access of local network connecting devices. So the correct option is SAN or Storage Area Network. Question number 63 is that which of the following answers refers to a cloud computing delivery model in which the cloud infrastructure is provisioned for open use by the general public? The options are hybrid, private, community, and public cloud. So since we are talking about the consumption by the general public, so the correct option is public cloud. Question number 64 is that a type of cloud infrastructure available solely for single organization is known as, again the options are public cloud, community cloud, hybrid cloud and private cloud. So since we are talking about single organization, so the correct option is private cloud. Question number 65 is that a cloud delivery model consisting of two or more interlinked cloud infrastructures, that is private, community or public, is referred to as hybrid cloud. The options are true or false and the correct option is true. So when a cloud consists of more than one infrastructure of clouds, then this cloud is known as hybrid cloud, such as private plus public. So private plus public cloud can be called as hybrid cloud. An organization may have both clouds. They may use the private cloud for some very sensitive applications, and they may also consume the public cloud. So this type of infrastructure is known as hybrid cloud. Question number 66 is that a cloud computing service model offering remote access to applications based on monthly or annual subscription fee is called, and the options are PaaS, platform as a service, SaaS, software as a service, and IaaS or infrastructure as a service, or DaaS, data as a service, and the correct option is the SaaS or software as a service. Question number 67 is that which cloud service model would provide the best solution for a web developer intending to create a web app? And again, the options are DaaS, PaaS, SaaS, PaaS, and IaaS. And the correct option is, so for the developers that want to develop apps inside the cloud, the most suitable option is PaaS or platform as a service. Question number 68 is that which of the following answers refers to a cloud-based VDI service? And again, the options are infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, data as a service, or software as a service. And the correct option is, so for VDI or virtual desktop infrastructure, the data as a service is the most suitable option. Let's get to the next question, that is question number 69. A DevOps practice that replaces manual configuration of hardware with automatic deployment through code is called, and the options are IAC or infrastructure as a code, virtualization, PaaS, or VDI. And the correct option is the infrastructure as a code or IAC. So in this mechanism, you deploy or manage infrastructure using the code, and you just write the code or write some command and your deployment is done automatically. Question number 70 is that examples of cloud connectivity options include virtual private network connections and private direct connections to cloud provider. And so whether this option is true or false, and the correct option is true. This statement is true. Question number 71 is that in cloud computing, the practice of grouping together computing resources and making them available for shared access for multiple consumers is referred to as, and the options are broad network access, mirrored service, on-demand self-service, or resource pooling. And the correct option is resource pooling. So grouping together computing resources is actually the resource pooling. Question number 72 is that which of the following terms refers to a cloud computing feature that allows for automatic allocation of computing resources in proportion with the demand? And the options are rapid elasticity, mirrored service, on-demand self-service, or resource pooling. And the correct option is rapid elasticity. Question number 73 is that which of the terms listed below refers to a cloud computing feature that allows consumers to control volume and type of utilized computing resources? And the options are mirrored service, on-demand self-service, broad network access, or rapid elasticity. And the correct option is on-demand self-service. So, as the name indicates that it is on demand where the consumer can consume or access the resources as per their demands and need. Question number 74 is that what are the characteristic features of the 10-base-T Ethernet standard? And we have to select three answers. And the options are BNC connector, transfer rate of 10 Mbps or 2 pair category 3 or better UTP cable, maximum cable segment of 100 meter, RJ45 connector, transfer rate of 100 Mbps, or maximum cable segment length of 185 meters. So we are talking about 10 base T, and the correct options are that it has a transfer rate of 10 megabit per second or 2 pair Cat3 or better UTP cable, and that it has a maximum cable segment length of 100 meters, and that it uses the RJ45 connector. Question number 75 is that what are the characteristic features of the 100 base TX Ethernet standard? And again we have to select three answers. So let's get straight to the correct options, and these are: it has a maximum cable segment length of 100 meter, and it has a transfer rate of 100 Mbps over 2 pair Cat5 or better cable, and it uses twisted pair copper cabling or Cat5 or higher. Question number 76 is that what are the characteristic features of 1000 base T Ethernet standard? And again we have to select three answers, and the correct answers are that it has a maximum cable segment length of 100 meter, and that it uses twisted pair copper cabling Cat5 or higher, and that it uses all 4 pairs of wires in a cable for data transmission. Question number 77 is that what are the characteristic features of the 100 base FX Ethernet standard? And again we have to select three answers, and the correct options are the 100 base FX Ethernet standard has a maximum cable segment length of up to 412 meter, and it is for half duplex communication, and it is multi-mode fiber. So the FX standard is basically, it stands for fiber, it is the fiber standard, and it has a maximum cable segment length of 2 km for full duplex communication. Question number 78 is that which of the following answer refer to the 100 base SX standard? We have again to select three answers, and the correct options are that this is again the OFC or fiber optic standard. So it uses LED as the source of light, and it is the multi-mode fiber standard, and it has a maximum cable segment length of 300 meter. Question number 79 is that what are the characteristics of the 1000 base SX Ethernet standard? And we have to select two answers, and the correct answers are that it has a maximum cable segment length between 220 and 550 meters, and it is a multi-mode fiber optic cabling. So these two are the correct options. Question number 80 is that which of the answers listed below refer to the 1000 base LX Ethernet standard? We have to select three answers, and the correct answers are that it has a maximum cable segment length of up to 5 km over single mode fiber, and that it is fiber optic cabling standard, and it has a maximum cable segment length of up to 550 meter over multi-mode fiber. Question number 81 is that which of the following answers refer to the 10 gigabit base dash SR Ethernet standard? And again we have to select three answers, and the correct options are that the 10G base SR uses laser as the source of light. Again, this is OFC or optical fiber standard, and that it is multi-mode fiber since the data rate is up to 10 Gbps, so it must be multi-mode, and that it has a maximum cable segment length of up to 400 meter. Let's get to the next question. Question number 82 is that what are the characteristic features of 10G base dash LR Ethernet standard? And again select three answers, and the correct answers are that the 10G base dash LR is it uses laser as the source of light. This is the first correct answer, and that it is a single mode fiber standard, and the third correct answer is since it is single mode, so its maximum cable segment length is up to 10 km. So single mode has a more range or distance length as compared to multi-mode. Question number 83 is that which of the following document describes the concept of private IP addressing? The options are RFC 4949, RFC 1918, RFC 1208, or RFC 1983. And the correct option is RFC. It is basically 1918, and the private IP addresses are basically these addresses, the 10.0.0/8, 192.168.0.0/16 and 172.16/12. So these are the private IP addresses, and they are denoted by the RFC 1918. Question number 84 is that which of the following solutions alleviate the problem of the depleting IP4 address space by allowing multiple hosts on the same private lane to share a single public IP address? And the options are DNS, API-PA, NET or Network Address Translation, or DHCP. And the correct option is NET or Network Address Translation. So using NET, we can have multiple devices using private IP addresses, and they can communicate over the internet using a single public IP address. This technology or this mechanism is known as NET or Network Address Translation. Question number 85 is that which of the solutions listed below hides the internal IP addresses by modifying IP address information in IP packet headers while in transit across a traffic routing devices? And the options are QoS, quality of service, DHCP, NET, or DNS. And the correct option is again DNS or Network Address Translation. Question number 86 is that which of the following answer refers to a method that binds a combination of private IP address and port number with a corresponding public IP address and port information? And the options are PAT, port address translation, NAT, network access control, DNS, domain name system, or ARP, address resolution protocol. And the correct option is the, I think it is the PAT or port address translation. Now the question number 87 is that an IPv4 address consists of 32 bits, 48 bits, 64 bits, or 1 to 8 bits. And the correct option is 32 bits. So IPv4 address consists of 32 bits, while IPv6 address consists of 1 to 8 bits. Question number 88 is that IPv4. So question number 89 is that an IPv6 address consists of, as we studied in the previous question, correct answer is 1 to 8 bits. The 48 bit is the MAC address, while 32 bit is the IPv4 address. IPv6 addresses are expressed with the use of, and the options are octagonal number, binary number, hexadecimal number, or decimal number. And the correct option is hexadecimal number. So IP version 4, version 6 addresses are expressed with the help of hexadecimal numbers. Question number 91 is that a type of network traffic intended for a particular group of hosts is called, and the options are unicast, anycast, multicast, and broadcast. And the correct option is the multicast. So when the traffic is intended for a group of hosts, it is known as multicast. The broadcast traffic is for all the hosts available. It is for every host. It is broadcasted. Unicast is between one to one, from one host to another host. Question number 92 is that a type of network traffic intended for a single host identified by a unique IP address is referred to as, and again the options are anycast, multicast, or broadcast. And the correct option is unicast. Question number 93 is that which of the following answers refers to an IPv4 loopback address? And the correct option is 127.0.0.1, and this is basically the loopback IP address of IPv6. Question number 94 is that which of the following answer refer to IPv6 loopback addresses? We have to select two correct answers, and the correct answers are 0:0 up to :1 and :1. Question number 95 is that which of the following allows to determine which network segment an IP address belongs to? And the options are physical address, dynamic host configuration protocol DHCP, address resolution protocol, or subnet mask. And the correct option is subnet mask. So the subnet mask determines the network segment of an IP address. Question number 96 is that what is the name of a solution that increases the efficiency of IP address space management by allowing network administrators to divide networks into subnets of different sizes? The options are DNet or destination net, VLSN or variable length subnet masking, MPLS, and VLAN. And the correct option is VLSM or variable length subnet masking. Question number 97 is that which of the following answer refer to the characteristic features of the 10-000 up to or dash 10-255, 255, 255. That is, it can also be written as 10-000/8 IPv4 address space. And you have to select two answers. And the options are class A range, option B public IP address range, option C class B range, option D non-routable private IP address range, and the last option is class C range. And the correct options are that this is class A range and it is non-routable or private IP address range. Question number 98 is that which of the answers listed below refer to the 127.16.00 dash or up to 172.31.255.255 or 127.16.00/12 IPv4 address space. And again we have to select two answers, and the options are class A range, option B public IP address range, option C class B range, option D non-routable private IP address range, and the last option is class C range. And the correct options are that it is class B range, and again it is non-routable private IP address range. Question number 99 is that what are the characteristic features of the 192.168.0.0-192.168.255.255 or 192.0.0/16? It must be basically 192.168. IPv4 address space, and again we have to select two answers, and the correct answers are that this is non-routable or private IP address range and this belongs to class C. Question number 100 is that which of the following answers refers to an IPv4 address range used for loopback addresses? And we have these four options: 000/8 or 127.000/8 or 169.254.00/16 or 240.000/4. And the correct option is 127.000/8. So the 127.0.0.1 is basically your computer loopback address. Question number 101 is that in IPv4 addressing, the leading octet of an IP address with a value of 1 through 126 denotes that the IP address within that range belongs to the options are class A address space, class B address space, class C address space, class D address space, or class E address space. And the correct option is that this belongs to when the first octet, for example this 10.1.2.3, this is the first octet. If this octet is between 1 to 6, if this digit is from a range is from 1 to up to 1 to 6, then this is the class A address space. Question number 102 is that what is the leading octet value range of an IPv4 address belonging to a class B network? And the options are 240-254, 128-191, 1-126, 192-223, or 224-239. And the correct option is 128-191. Question number 103 is that which of the following answers lists the default classful subnet mask for a class B network? And the correct option is 255.255.0.0. Question number 104 is that in IPv4 addressing, the leading octet of an IP address with a value of 192 through 223 denotes that the IP address within that range belongs to the class A, B, C, D, or E address space, and the correct option is class C. So as we already talked that 192.168.0.0 belongs to class C. So if this first octet is 192 or 193 or up to any value in this range, that this is the class C address space. Question number 105 is that which of the answers listed below refer to the default classful subnet mask for a class C network? And the options are 255.255.192.0, 255.255.224.0, 255.255.255.0 or 255.255.252.0. And the correct option is 255.255.255.0. Question number 106 is that which of the answers listed below refers to a solution that replaces the classful network design? So the classful network design is that where we use the classes to divide the address space, such as class A, B, and C. While in the classless, we don't use the classes. We can divide the network into any number of IP address spaces. So the options are VLAN, RSTP, SNET, or CIDR, and the correct option is CIDR, and this stands for classless inter-domain routing. So this is the opposite of the classful network design. Question number 107 is that which of the following answers lists the CIDR notation of the 255.255.254 subnet mask? And the correct option is /27. Question number 108 is that the Telnet, and we have to select three answers. So what are the characteristics of the Telnet? That it provides the username and password authentication, that it transmits the data in unencrypted form, and that it enables remote login and command execution. Question number 109 is that the SMTP or Simple Mail Transfer Protocol is used for, and again we have to select two answers, and the correct answers are sending mail messages between mail servers and sending mail messaging from a client device. This is the purpose of SMTP, Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. Question number 110 is that which of the following answer refers to a system containing mappings of domain names to various types of data such as numerical IP addresses? The options are TCP/IP, DNS, SQL, or DHCP. And the correct option is DNS. So as the name indicates, domain name system, it does the mapping of domain names to the IP addresses. For example, let's suppose we have a domain name of www.google.com. Let's suppose the IP address for the google.com is, so this mapping is done through DNS or domain name system. Question number 111 is that a network protocol providing an alternative solution to the manual allocation of IP addresses is called, and the options are DNS, SNMP, NAT, or DHCP. And the correct option is DHCP or Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol. So DHCP allocates dynamic IP addresses to the client devices such as your Wi-Fi router or inside a network where the clients are given IP addresses automatically. Question number 112 is that what are the characteristic features of TFTP or Trivial File Transfer Protocol? And we have to select two answers. And the options are provides no security features, typically used for exchanging files over the internet, a very basic form of file sharing protocol, provides authentication and encryption, and it is a directory access protocol. And the correct options are that it provides no security features and that it is a very basic form of file sharing protocol. Question number 113 is that which network protocol enables retrieving contents of an internet page from a web server? And the options are SNMP, HTTP, SMTP, or IMAP. And the correct option is HTTP or Hypertext Transfer Protocol. Question number 114 is that POP3 or Post Office Protocol version 3 is used for, and the options are name resolution, sending email messaging, file exchange, or email retrieval. And the correct option is email retrieval. Question number 115 is that which of the answers listed below refers to a network protocol used for synchronizing clocks over a computer network? And the options are NTP, Network Time Protocol, VTP, NNTP, or RTP. And the correct option is NTP, Network Time Protocol. So NTP is used to synchronize clocks of different devices on a network. Question number 116 is that a type of protocol used in network management systems for monitoring network attack devices is known as, and the options are SMB, Server Message Block, NTP, SNMP, or RDP. And the correct option is SNMP or Simple Network Management Protocol. It is used for monitoring and management of network devices. Question number 117 is that LDAP or Lightweight Directory Access Protocol is an example of, and the options are Authentication Protocol, Address Resolution Protocol, Directory Access Protocol, or File Exchange Protocol. And the correct option is LDAP is a Directory Access Protocol. Question number 118 is that what is the name of a network protocol that secures web traffic via SSL/TLS encryption? And the options are SFTP, HTTPS, FTPS, or SNMP. And the correct option is HTTPS. Question number 119 is that what are the characteristics of SMB/SIPs? Select all that apply. And the options are used mainly by computers running Linux distributions, provides shared access to files, directories, and devices, used mainly by computers running Microsoft Windows operating systems, enables voice and multimedia communication over IP networks. And the correct options are that SMB/SIFs provides shared access to files, directory, and devices, and it is used mainly by computers running Windows operating systems. Question number 120 is that which of the following answer refers to an SSL/TLS based directory access protocol? And the options are H.323, PPTP, Kerberos, or LDAPs. And the correct option is LDAPs. So the LDAPs is basically SSL or TLS based directory access protocol, and it stands for Lightweight Directory Access Protocol, Secure, or we can also say that SSL. So this is the secure version of LDAP. Question number 1 is that which of the following answer refers to a Microsoft proprietary remote access protocol providing a user with graphical interface for connecting to another computer or a network? The options are RDP, Remote Desktop Protocol, SSH, Secure Shell, VNC, or Telnet. And the correct option is RDP, Remote Desktop Protocol. So this is Microsoft proprietary protocol that is used for remotely accessing another computer or a network. Question number 1 to 2 is that which of the answers listed below refers to a secure replacement of Telnet? So Telnet is not secure. The data or the username or password is sent over the network in clear text form or unencrypted form. So the secure version of Telnet is options are CHAP, Challenge Handshake, Access Protocol, FTP File Transfer Protocol, SNMP Simple Network Management Protocol, or SSH Secure Shell. And the correct option is the SSH. So SSH is the secure replacement of Telnet. Question number 1 to 3 is that which of the following answer refers to a protocol used by routers, hosts, and network devices to generate error messages and troubleshoot problems with delivery of IP packets? And the options are CCMP, RSTP, ICMP, or SNMP. And the correct option is ICMP, or Internet Control Message Protocol. Question number 1 to 4 is that which part of the IPsec protocol suite provides authentication and integrity? And options are CRC, cyclic redundancy check, AH, authentication header, SIEM is security and information event management, and AES, advanced encryption standard. And the correct option is AHR, authentication header. So as the name indicates, authentication header in IPsec is used for authentication and integrity. Question number 1 to 5 is that which part of IPsec provides authentication, integrity, and confidentiality? And the options are AES, Advanced Encryption Standard, SHA, or Secure Hash Algorithm, AH, or Authentication Header, and ESP, Encapsulated Security Protocol, or Encapsulation Security Protocol. And the correct option is ESP, or Encapsulation Security Protocol, or payload. AH is used for authentication and integrity. It does not provide the confidentiality, while the ESP also provides the confidentiality. So these both are the protocols used in IPsec. Which of the IPsec modes provide entire packet encryption? And the options are tunnel, payload, transport, or default. And the correct answer is tunnel. So in the tunnel mode, the entire payload or the entire packet is encrypted, including the IP header. Question number 1 to 7 is that an IPsec mode providing encryption only for the payload or the data part of the packet is known as, the options are protected mode, tunnel mode, transport mode, or safe mode. And the correct option is transport mode. Question number 1 to 8 is that which of the following port numbers is used by the Microsoft Structured Query Language or SQL server? And the options are 1433, 1521, 3306, or 3389. And the correct option is, so the SQL uses 1433. SQLnet runs on port, and again the options are 587, 993, 1433, or 1521. And the correct answer is 1521. Question number 130 is that which of the following answer refers to a port number assigned to the MySQL database systems? And the options are 1433, 1521, 3306 or 3389. And the correct option is 3306. Question number 131 is that which port enables the FTP's data connection for sending file data? The options are UDP port 20, TCP port 20, UDP port 21 or TCP port 21. And the correct option is the TCP port 20. So it is used for the data connection of the FTP. Question number 132 is that the FTP's control connection for administering a session is established through. Again, the options are TCP port 20, UDP port 20, TCP port 21 or UDP port 21. And the correct answer is TCP port 21. Question number 113 is that the SSH protocol runs on, and the options are TCP port 21, UDP port 22, TCP port 20 or TCP port 22. And the correct answer is TCP port 22. Question number 134 is that Secure File Transfer Protocol or SFTP is an extension to the Secure Shell Protocol and runs by default on port 22. The options are true or false, and the correct option is true. So the SFTP also runs on port 22 such as SSH. Question number 135 is that unblocking TCP port 22 enable which type of traffic, and we have to select two answers, and the options are FTPS, SSH, SFTP, FTP or HTTP, and the correct options are SSH and SFTP. So these both uses the port number 22. Question number 136 is that which of the TCP ports listed below is used by Telnet? 20, 21, 22 or 23? And the correct answer is 23. 22 is used by SSH while these two ports are used by FTP. Question number 137 is that TCP port 25 is used by SNMP, Telnet, FTP or SMTP. And the correct option is SMTP or Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. FTP uses 2021, Telnet 23 and SNMP 61 and 62. Question number 138 is that which of the following ports is assigned to the DNS or domain name system, and the options are 53, 67, 110 or 389. And the correct answer is 53. Question number 139 is that the dynamic host configuration protocol, that is DHCP, runs on, and we have to select two answers. So the DHCP uses two ports, and these are UDP port number 67 and UDP port number 68. Question number 140 is that UDP port 69 is assigned to, and the options are TFTP, SNMP, DHCP or LDAP. And the correct option is TFTP. Question number 141 is that TCP port 80 is assigned to, and the options are Hypertext Transfer Protocol, HTTP, HTTPS, IMAP or LDAP. So the port 80 is popularly used by HTTP or Hypertext Transfer Protocol. Question number 142 is that Post Office Protocol V3 or POP3 uses, and the answer is already underlined, that is port 110. So the POP3 uses port 110. Network Time Protocol or NTP runs on UDP port, and options are 123, 110, 161 or 137. And the correct option is 1, 2, 3. Question number 114 is that which of the TCP port numbers listed below is assigned to the Internet Message Access Protocol or IMAP? And the options are 143, 389, 443 or 636. And the correct option is 143. So the IMAP uses 143. Question number 145 is that an SNMP management station receives SNMP notification from agents on UDP port. And the options are 161, 137, 162 and 138. And the correct option is 162. Question number 146 is that an SNMP agent receives request on UDP port. And the options are 161, 137, 162 and 138. And the correct option is 161. Question number 147 is that TCP port 389 is the default network port for options are RDP, LDAP, SMB or LDAPs. And the correct option is LDAP, Lightweight Directory Access Protocol. Question number 148 is that which of the following ports is used by HTTPS? And the options are TCP port 80, TCP port 443, UDP port 53 or TCP port 143. And the correct option is, so the HTTPS uses 443 while the simple HTTP uses port number 80. Question number 149 is that which of the following protocols run on TCP port 445? And the options are HTTPS, SMB/SIPS, IMAP or H.323. And the correct option is SMB/SIPS. Question number 150 is that which of the following ports is used by syslog? And the options are 445, 514, 587 and 636. And the correct option is 514. Question number 1 and the last question is that which of the ports listed below are assigned to the Session Initiation Protocol or SIP? We have to select two answers. And the options are UDP port 67, TCP port 5060, TCP port 389, UDP port 68, TCP port 5061 or TCP port 3389. And the correct options are TCP port 5060 and TCP port 5061. And that's all from my side. I hope you have learned something from this video. So please like and subscribe to my channel and we'll see you in the next video. Thank you and bye.